If you get scared, let me know.
Welcome to the early 20th century. Found the Reed House, located her room, barged in, slit her throat, cut her head almost completely off, actually.
Right in this tub.
He murdered her. Housekeeping found her a few days later. It was a nasty surprise. It's why we're not surprised, though, if Annalisa Netherly continues to haunt Suite 311.
Well, welcome to beautiful Chattanooga, Tennessee. We got 3 full days, and we're going to show you the very best of this city. We're going to focus on the most exciting attractions, entertainment, and of course, the best places to eat and drink. We got here a little after midday yesterday, and we did a little restaurant hopping. We kind of got the lay of the land, and we saw a great musical act. Today, we feel refreshed, we're excited, we're charged up, but we do need some coffee. If you're in Chattanooga and you need a coffee stop, you gotta check out Rembrandt's. It's in the Bluffview Arts District. It's super cozy and kind of feels like a European cafe. The coffee was great, and the outside patio is very relaxing.
All the time looking for the real Slim Shady cell phone video. Run it over, baby. Lord have mercy.
Okay, so I got some travel tips for you guys. Travel tip number 1, when you're coming into a city for the first time, the first day is usually the day that you're traveling in. That day we usually use to just get our bearings through the city or environment and actually plan out the next few days. Travel tip number 2 would be to really hone in on the weather. So if you feel it's going to be an extra hot day like it is today, we planned our activities earlier in the morning outside, and in a bit we're going to go inside to a market, and then from there we're going to go to some retail shops and maybe hit some restaurants until the sun comes down.
If you're in town on Sunday, the Chattanooga Market is a must. It's this huge open-air market with local farmers, artists, and food vendors. You can grab everything from fresh produce to handmade crafts. There's usually live music, which makes it feel like a big community hangout. We're walking out of the Chattanooga Market. It's a reoccurring Sunday market. That was awesome, and just overall, we're really impressed with the city. It's pretty clean, beautiful. There seems to be a lot going on, a lot of great options for dining. We're gonna go find one of those right now. Wow, Main Street Meats is a must-do. It's part butcher shop, part restaurant, and everything here is next level. We started with a fresh tomato salad, simple but incredible. And honestly, we had some of the best meats we've ever tasted. You can tell they care about quality and where everything comes from. It's one of those meals that you talk about long after you leave.
The raven's loving me right there. Look at the baby. Okay.
The same raven in the back.
Yeah, it's right there. Okay.
Main Street Meats.
Hold on. Travel tip number 4. Always ask your bartender where to eat. Any local person will tell you the best places. Forget the concierge. Ask the local bartender for sure. So that led us to... Oh God, you have to get in there.
No, because last night we went to Whiskey Thief.
Yeah.
And the bartender
So good.
there led us to Main Street Meats, and I'll let Gina talk about Main Street Meats.
Holy hell. It's a butcher shop with a small restaurant, the most local ingredients you'll ever find. The meats, they use the whole cow or the whole animal, a little pig. So we had the most incredible food. I'm Argentinian. For me to have really good steak, I gotta tell you, this place has it.
Of course, you gotta see the Chattanooga Choo Choo. This old train station opened back in 1909, and it became world famous thanks to the song Chattanooga Choo Choo. That song was recorded in the 1940s, and it became the first gold record ever. Today, this is a hotel, entertainment complex, and a cool spot to walk around. and you still get that classic railroad vibe and a real sense of history. Very cool. That's the station for the Chattanooga Choo Choo. The city keeps surprising us.
Yeah, and it's a must. This city is a must.
Next stop, the Chattanooga Whiskey Distillery. They were the first to bring whiskey making back to Chattanooga in over 100 years, and now they're cranking out some seriously good bourbon. You can tour the distillery, learn the history, and of course, taste the whiskey.
Now those first three, as you can see, have names and notes. Those are our regular releases that we have year round. First one there is our Chat 91. That's our flagship bourbon. When we started as a company, we came up with 100 recipes to see what we would like, and our 91st barrel was our winner, so that recipe's in the glass.
A little floral.
And then I can get you more of a fall if you'd like, kind of do comparison.
That'd be nice. Yeah. After that tasting, we needed dinner, and of course, more whiskey.
Travel tip number 3 would be to go around the days. So actually plan out your activities around the days. For instance, we know that activities outside will be open on Mondays and Tuesdays, but not necessarily all other activities. Maybe a museum will be closed on a Monday. So instead of going to the museum on a Monday, we rather do the activities that are always going to be open, maybe a spa day, maybe a hike or some caves that we're going to see tomorrow. All those activities, we're doing it when there's the least amount of people there, and of course when it's on a Monday or Tuesday where most people won't be traveling there anyways.
Just a short drive up Lookout Mountain from downtown Chattanooga, you'll find Rock City Gardens, which really lives up to the name. This place has winding trails, massive ancient rock formations, and some of the most beautiful views you'll ever see. Some of the highlights are the Swing-Along Bridge and the famous Lover's Leap, where on a clear day, they say you can see 7 states all at once. It's part quirky nostalgia, part adventure, and honestly, just one of those spots you have to see at least once. When you first get to Rock City, you're going to see a sign that says $40-some per person, and you're going to want to leave.
Don't do that.
But don't, because it is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated with this place. I'm afraid of heights, so I'm taking the more sturdy bridges.
So highly recommend Rock City already. Ruby Falls will be a little later in the day, but we'll give you more of a look around this place.
Yeah, and we're at the lookout point where there's 7 states that you could look into. Look at. So unfortunately, it's a really cloudy day, so do come on a clear day. I'm sure it's so much better.
If you can, but if you can see behind us, you can see it's like raining off in the distance, and we saw some like God rays coming through the clouds. So even though it's cloudy, it's pretty spectacular.
Do it.
Come to Rock City. When you're at Rock City, you can't leave without checking out Fairyland Caverns. It's tucked away down this winding path, and honestly, it's one of the most unique and kind of weird parts of this whole place. You walk through these dark caves filled with little fairy tale scenes, odd puppets, and wild glowing lights. It's cool and a little creepy. It's basically like walking through a bizarre, hallucinogenic storybook from the 1940s. Next, we visited Ruby Falls. This underground waterfall was first discovered in 1928 when Leo Lambert, a local carver, was exploring a newly blasted tunnel. He named it after his wife, Ruby, and today it's one of the most unique attractions in the region. You walk through these ever-changing rock formations, and then suddenly, you're standing in front of a stunning underground waterfall. The lighting and music make it very dramatic, and it's definitely one of the most unforgettable sights in all of Chattanooga. We're being quite the tourist today. We did Rock City, which you saw. We did Ruby Falls, which you saw. Those were great because they were real close together, so you can combine that into an early part of the day easy. I would say maybe an hour and a half at Rock City and about the same at Ruby Falls, so maybe 3 hours total. And we just bought tickets to the Aquarium. So we're packing it in Chattanooga and showing you, as much as we possibly can. This is one of the most popular attractions in the city. You start with some incredible freshwater exhibits. even coming face to face with alligators and some very strange fish. Then, as you make your way through, you'll see mesmerizing jellyfish drifting in glowing tanks, and the mysterious movements of an octopus. There's also a serene butterfly garden, and if you get lucky, you'll see nature at its finest. So the rain actually just eased up. We had about a 15-20 minute walk from our hotel to this spa this morning, and we're soaked. So check out my pants. Didn't bring our rain jackets and didn't bring our rain boots. So big important travel tip is always be prepared for all types of weather. We got caught this morning a little unprepared, but we have about 2 hours in the spa. We're going to enjoy that, and then we'll be searching for dinner. Taking time to hit the spa is something we often do during our trips. It's a good way to kind of refuel and get your energy back up so you can get out there and see more stuff. After the spa, we found a great spot to hang out for dinner. The food was great, we had some great cocktails, and we saw another incredible musical act. During our entire stay in Chattanooga, we stayed at the beautiful Reed House Hotel. We highly recommend it and would like to share some history as well as one terrifying tale.
This is the Reed House Hotel. This has been here since 1872. We're actually the longest continuously operating hotel in the Southeast. Way back in 1847, Thomas Crutchfield built the Crutchfield House on this property. It was a hotel to begin with, and it quickly became a center of hospitality here in the South. It was this political, economic, and social hub in Chattanooga was commandeered in 1863 to be a Civil War hospital at that point. So September 20th of 1863, all in that one day, we accommodated 500 wounded soldiers. Now that was the last day of the Battle of Chickamauga, a nearby battle and one of the bloodiest of the Civil War. So it's likely those wounded troops that day came from the Chickamauga battlefield. It's also likely that a lot of soldiers lost their lives on this property. At that time, we kept Suite 311, though, as it would have been in the Roaring 20s, the 1920s.
And why is that?
That was in order to accommodate our permanent guest without reference to anyone else's comfort. So, without further ado, welcome to the early 20th century.
And can you talk a little bit about what happened?
I will. So the gist of it is that a woman checked into this room in 1927, and someone ensured that she never check out. 4 years earlier, 1927, Annalisa Netherly's story begins in this suite, 311. So Annalisa Netherly was a San Franciscan. She was a pretty young lady, probably in her early 20s, married. Her husband was on a long business trip. He had left her here probably with a lot of money on extended stay. She went downstairs to the bar and billiards room where she found handsome young gentlemen playing billiards down there. And well, sparks flew, chemistry happened, and Mrs. Netherly cheated on Mr. Netherly several times while at the Reed House. Mr. Netherly, though, found out. He was actually on a train going north. He overheard several other passengers on this train talking loudly about coming back to Chattanooga to see Annalisa again at the Reed House. I'm guessing they were drunk. He was incensed when he heard this. He came back on the next train himself to Chattanooga, found the Reed House, located her room, barged in.
So the husband comes in.
He comes in. She was bathing at the time. She was taking a bath.
Of course.
He took a straight razor off the counter, long and straight, and sharp razor, and slit her throat, cut her head almost completely off, actually.
Right in this tub.
He murdered her. Housekeeping found her a few days later. It was a nasty surprise. It's why we're not surprised, though, if Annalisa Netherly continues to haunt Suite 311.
And what type of sightings have been in this room and how recently?
One guy was laying on the bed out here.
Now this is a guest while she was haunting and continues to haunt this space.
Yeah, sometime in the last 98 years, I'd say. This is 1927 that she was murdered. So I'm not certain of the date of this one, but it's been since 1927. So he was laying on the bed. He felt his wife sit here at the foot of the bed by his feet, or so he thought. He sat up and looked, and his wife, there wasn't a physical person sitting here at all, but he clearly felt someone sitting here. Another couple made it through the night, surprisingly. They couldn't sleep, though, because they both thought there was a figure in that corner over there observing them all night. Yeah, now but the scariest story I could tell you was Halloween of 2020.
Okay, recently.
Yes, so 5 years ago, almost. Now, Halloween of 2020, they paid their $999 plus tax for the room. Didn't make it past midnight. The woman called the front desk. She talked to Dennis, our night auditor, but she said to him, "I need out of this room. I've never seen him like this. I need another room." Was the guest, the guy, was on the floor. He had been drinking. He was shaking and cursing everybody in the room with an evil voice of some sort.
Overall, we loved our time in Chattanooga. We were very impressed with the city and all the things to do in the surrounding areas. This is definitely a place that we highly recommend visiting. If you like this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow for more Point A adventures.